The objective of Safe Harbour, from a technical perspective, was to encourage directors to be entrepreneurial, as it was seen that the previous regime was counterintuitive to this process because directors were potentially placing companies into some form of voluntary administration or liquidation prematurely. It's very difficult for us to determine how prolific this is being used. What I can categorically say from my discussions with other practitioners and lawyers within the market, that it is being used in certain instances and primarily at the top end of town, where you have non-executive directors who are more educated as to the regime, who surround themselves with practitioners and lawyers who are well qualified to advise them in these circumstances. It could be argued that a non-executive director is more concerned about their personal liability than, say, an SME director who is involved in the establishment and continued running and daily operations of the company. And so there could be a tendency from an SME director perspective for them to want to hang on longer and not obtain that advice. The challenge with Safe Harbour will be is that there's no common precedent as to how you're required to conduct a mandate. And when I say conduct a mandate, that falls back to what materials need to be provided, what meetings need to be held, what documentation does there need to be to justify the course of action which a practitioner and a company is taking. FTI are being engaged as a Safe Harbour expert by the companies themselves or their legal counsel. The regime requires that companies like FTI be appointed as qualified experts to walk alongside the companies as they go through their Safe Harbour journey. My last piece of advice to companies looking to enter Safe Harbour is to engage the expert sooner rather than later, as there are more options available to achieve a better outcome for all stakeholders involved.